What's up? This your boy Carcino, and this is the truth behind the beef between James Harden and Dwight Howard. And I wanna address this because this was really brought up by people on the internet, and somebody on Facebook has shown me a picture like, man, I think they was fighting over this girl, and I laughed because let's go to the beginning. And we'll set this whole thing up right. And hopefully it clarifies everything. When Houston lost Yao Ming, they were in the missing, and they needed somebody big in the presence that they wanted to get back into the mix. Because Houston was sucking for a long time. And they wanted to get back to the playoff mix and get back in the hunt for things. And they wanted to build a team. That's what they was hoping for when they got James Harden. And here you got Kevin McHale. And then you get Dwight Howard. And now you're building a team up to where, okay, we're going to start vying for a championship. But there were other small components that they were losing because they were going after these big market guys. Dallas ended up taking a key component from them. And the problem is, James Harden is, this the reason why he was so great on OKC was that it was Kevin Durant's team. He actually came off the bench, and then he would just put on a show and put on a scoring display at the end, and people were like, man, this guy should probably be starting. Or they'll go 3-guy rotation, but he didn't have to be the main guy to take all the heat or all the attention. He didn't have to be that guy. He could just blend in somewhere else and not even be seen. So it was wonderful at first because he didn't have to do anything. Now he's made to be the face now. It's like, look, you're the face of this team. You're the one that's going to make the boat go. We need you to step up and be the main guy. And individually, he can get his points, and he's pretty good, but defensively, he was much of a liability of guarding people. And they figured, well, that he's not the problem. He's scoring as many points, and that's not his fault. He don't have any help. So now that you got Howard, now they're the dynamic duo. People think, oh, well, now that he's out of that Lakers mess, that debacle with the Lakers, now he can go ahead and be free. It wasn't the Lakers. It was him. I think something happened with Howard, and he's not 100%, or he's not what he used to be anymore. He's been in the league a long time. For a big man that size, it's a long time. And he's just not that dominant anymore. And right away, the second season, he missed half a season. He only played like 40-some games. It's like half a season from injuries. So the team never really had a chance to mesh. So when he came back, it was like, okay, the playoffs, they go to the Western Conference Finals. And everybody was expecting the next year they got a shot at the finals. And starting the year off, it was terrible. Then Kevin McHale gets fired. Like 11 games in, because the team is so out of sync. And it's like, well, you can't get this team together, and it's like these two are not gelling together. Like, it's like they're on two different paths. Like, one's on, the other one's off. The communication is not there, and they haven't found a way to make it work. So the media started to create all of these lies about how James Harden really don't like Dwight Howard, and Dwight Howard, they are speaking to each other, The media was creating their own storylines because of the team struggling. So they said, oh, they must don't like each other. That's the reason why. But if you know James Harden, then you know that's not even possible. James Harden is the type of guy who don't really, he's very particular. He's not into trophies and stats and collecting basketballs. You reach 50,000 points. Here's the basketball. You won't see that in James Harden's house. You won't see any of that stuff. He's grounded in reality. Like, that stuff is just meaningless to him. Like, do you want to keep the basketball for your 30th point in 30 nights? No. Just you keep it. It's just a ball, man. That's James. His problem has been women and the limelight. He see a beautiful girl, he want her. That's just it. Beautiful girl, hey, she's fine. Let me see if I need her. That's just the way he is. Nothing wrong with that. But people started to make stories up. And somebody was, I believe, on the page of this girl. And like I said, I laughed, and that's why I went through the whole story to get to this point. Because I actually know the girl. That's Toonie Robin. On Facebook, she's known as Toonie Robin. That's Tanisha. She's a very nice girl. She probably was there with a friend of hers, and they were at the party. It was Dwight Howard's, I believe, 30th birthday. James Harden is there, and she's there. Somebody saw a picture with her with James Harden, and saw a picture with her with Dwight Howard, and said, oh, that's the girl they fighting over. I said, wow, really? If you run with that, that'll be the dumbest story you ever did in your life. I'm like, this is a girl, she's very nice. She's difficult at times to talk to, but other than that, I'm like, she's very nice girl. She's always been very nice since I've known her. I haven't seen her in a couple of years. We are friends on Facebook, but I wanted to clarify that she would not be the reason that these two guys didn't talk. And secondly, they do talk. They do get along. I mean, that's the thing. They have no problem with one another. It's like Dwight Howard can never hate James Harden. You can never be in a fight with James Harden. It just doesn't make any sense. He's not the type of personality that you would not like. They just haven't gelled well on the court. That's it. But as far as their enemies, they have beef, no. And that's why I did this video, to clarify that. There's too many people believing stuff like they Kobe and Shaq and all that stuff. Like, hey, man, I heard they had a fight in the locker room. I don't know. It's lies. Lies. So, no, Toonie didn't break them up, or they're fighting over Toonie. No, no, there was no beef whatsoever. They're just not playing well together. Alright, now that's it. That's all. I'm out.